14, Peyton Gee. 15, Ava Lamoureux. 17, Grace Wren. 18, Reed Scurlock. And they are coached by Conrad Kozlowski. Now introducing your Riverview Lady Rams. At number 1, Bronwyn Leggett. At number 5, Lila Johnson. At 6, Colette Malley. Number 10, Sophia Sepulveda. 11, Emily Whitehurst. At 12, Mia Alexander. 13, Kate St. Ange. At 15, Avery.
You are watching Arsenal Productions presented by Kettle Hyundai of Sarasota. Kettle's got it. It's a Thanksgiving week clash between the Cardinal Cougars and the Riverview Rams. My name is Addison Resco. So glad to have you alongside with us in the booth. Alongside with me is my partner, Mr. Paul Whiteside. And what a game that we have on our hands today between these two sides. Riverview's been hot. 3-2-1 now. They've won 2 in a row. Cardinal Mooney, always a tough side, 3-1. What are you looking forward to in this matchup tonight?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot, and this is a matchup between two teams that, always play each other hard. This is a district matchup that always seems to never disappoint. And what I'm really looking forward to is Riverview's, they're out a lot of starters, in this game. They do have some people out, and that's something that Mooney could take advantage of. So we're going to have to see. Riverview has been very strong defensively, throughout this season, and Cardinal Mooney's a very strong offensive team. Ava Lamoureux has 3 goals to start this season. So we're going to have to see how those two match up, but it should be a really fun game.
Riverview coming in after a 4-1 win against Lemon Bay and then a 2-1 win over Northport. Riverview has owned the past against Cardinal Mooney. The last Cardinal Mooney win over Riverview came in 2020. It was December 2nd, 2020. They are going to look to get back on track tonight. Here, just a couple days before Thanksgiving, it's a hot afternoon at the Ramble. Rams and the Cougars coming up next on Arsenal Productions.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai? Gettle's got it. During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Cardinal Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you could drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located on Clark Road.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Cardinal Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Welcome on in Game number 7 of the Riverview Rams season is underway on a Monday at 4 p.m., which is a different type of start. And how do players adjust to a start like this? You're normally playing at night, normally in colder conditions. Now you have a 4 p.m. game, temperatures over 80, the humidity's really out. How does that adjust how you play, especially for a Riverview side that only has one sub available today?
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to adjust to the temperature change, and especially in this Florida heat, it's not easy to adjust to that. But, you know, especially with Riverview not having as many subs today, and, you know, it's might be the exact same case for Mooney because it's such a Thanksgiving game. Players are out for a break. So we're going to have to see how that impacts the game today and how it impacts the players, because with the temperatures rising, it's really easy to get, you know, to lose stamina. And so we're going to have to see how that affects the game as a whole.
It will be a goal kick for Cardinal Mooney. Riverview off to a fast start, had a throw deep in Cougars territory, but unable to do anything with the long throw. Dangerous passing around the back, and Cardinal Mooney carelessly turns it over. That's been a problem for Riverview, being able to control possession. How important is it for Riverview to make sure, and for both these teams, you already see it with Cardinal Mooney here, to control the possession to create more opportunities?
It's super important. It's probably the most important thing.
As a good opportunity cleared out by Cardinal Mooney. As Mounty sends it out for a goal kick. Mounty had a very important goal in the final minutes of the Northport game. 5 minutes to go, and volleyed home a game winner, which has really been a big help in the standings. Obviously, district play just beginning, but important to get that start off in the district. The Riverview Rams have won back-to-back district champions, trying to make it 3, and Riverview, an impressive press so far, really turning the Cougars away right now.
Yeah, they are. They're pressing really, really fast, really, really hard right now, and that's going to be something that they need to do today. You know, it's a different game. It's a bit of an awkward situation for both teams to be in. So if you can catch any of these teams off guard, that's going to be the most important thing if you want to have advantage. And Riverview obviously pressing early, and that's going to put Mooney on their heels. So that's going to be really important. We'll have to see how Mooney adjusts to that.
Out for a Mooney throw. And now a corner. Corner will be taken by Mia Alexander. Played low into the middle and taken away. Alexander gets it back, goes for goal, and it just goes over. Looked like a real opportunity, but Riverview creating the pressure early and turning them into opportunities.
Yeah, and that's a really nice play there by Riverview. You get a nice goal, or I'm sorry, a nice shot in there by Simone, and then Alexander looked to have a real chance. Looks like it was going to go in, but just over the bar. But an early chance here for Riverview as they're pressing hard and starting out fast. That's going to be really important for this team.
Mounty lost possession. And once again, the Cougars having a tough time getting it across midfield. Another Riverview throw.
Yeah, I don't think this ball's actually made it past midfield, maybe for the opening kickoff, but it has been Riverview dominating possession for this entire first few minutes of this game, and that's been an issue for Riverview. So to do that against a tough Mooney team is a really good start to this game for Riverview.
Here's Lila Johnson trying to make a move around Casa Grande. And it will go out for another corner. Second corner of the game, brought to you by Mighty Dog Roofing. And this is why Riverview schedules as tough as they do. You have the game against Sun Lake and you have the game against North Fort Myers, where they schedule these tough opponents to put themselves in a better position later in the year, because look at how effective they look against a good Cardinal Mooney side just 5 minutes in. You're really starting to see the development of a lot of these players and the progress this team has made, dominating through the first 5.
Yeah, they've made a lot of progress, and the scheduling plays in due to that, as Sun Lake and North Fort Myers are two teams that have both only lost one game over the course of 2 years, and Riverview played them both very well, beating Sun Lake 1-0 and then losing to a really strong Fort Myers team. They played very well in that game. The eventual goal from Hannah Busenbark, one of the top goal scorers in the country, was what made Riverview fall. But a very young Riverview team lost a lot of seniors last year, and they're impressing early here in this season as beating Sun Lake and playing North Fort Myers very well as two of the top teams in the state, as they played very competitively and now showing their competitiveness against Mooney here early.
Mooney across midfield for the first time tonight, but quickly goes away for a throw. Earlier, Mia Alexander, who has had a strong start, got a shot on goal, but easily saved. Riverview's defense has not been the problem this season. They don't allow a lot of goals, even against that powerful North Fort Myers side who scores at will. I mean, you have a player that had scored 57 goals in one season, but the problem has been for Riverview scoring. And that's what they want to emphasize today and try and get a win over Cardinal Mooney, as Cardinal Mooney wins a throw.
And this is a Mooney side that also started out very hot. They started 3-0 against teams like Venice, and those district games are really important. So a hot start for Mooney. They did take a loss on Friday against Braden River 2-0.
And that was a side that Riverview lost to on the first game of the season. Trying to keep it in was Lessig, but could not. Alexander now. Leggett will come out and clear it. And some good back and forth passing. Mouty trying to find Morales, but cannot. Goes out for a Cardinal Mooney throw. And you want to talk about dominance. Bronwyn Leggett. I mean, the game against North Fort Myers and just her play throughout this entire season has really been just exceptional. You've been here for most of those games.
Yeah.
You've seen her excellence. What do you like specifically about the way that she plays?
Yeah, well, she just plays at a higher level than really anyone on the field, and that's what I really like about Bronwyn. And she's just so effective. Her positioning is so well. There were a lot of times in all of these games where her positioning is the reason why she's getting so much saves, and it just proves her experience and her seniority on this team. You know, she played overseas in England, did very well in the England National League. And so it's definitely proving that she can play at a higher level than really anyone, and she's one of the best goalkeepers in the county. She had an amazing game against North Fort Myers.
Despite the 1-0 loss.
Yeah, despite the 1-0 loss, she saved 2 crucial goals against Hannah Busenbark, who we mentioned before. One of the top goal scorers in the country, 57 goals last year. Almost averaged a hat trick per game in that season last year. So
it's going to be hard to go up against better competition, as here is Kate St. Onge, daughter of the Riverview head coach, over to Mia Alexander, who gets a strike, and it is pushed away. And it will go out for another corner presented by Mighty Dog Roofing. Mia Alexander, her second shot on goal already.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this Riverview team. As a lot of, especially in that last game against Northport, they kind of had a lot of spontaneous attacks. But we're seeing early in this game that it's a lot more organized, a lot more passing heavy. They're playing from the back. They're advancing the midfield. And that's what I like to see a lot in Mia Alexander taking some nice shots on goal early. testing this goalkeeper out, and that's exactly what you want to see from this team early.
Corner is pushed away. Riverview maintains possession. Here is Alexander. Oh, and a nice back heel over to Johnson. Johnson retrieves it, plays it towards the middle. Was trying to find Kate St. Onge. Instead, it falls to the foot of Simone and goes wide. You just have to like the Riverview press so far. Cardinal Mooney maybe had one good opportunity, but you get the sense that the Riverview goal has to be coming soon with the amount of pressure they have on Cardinal Mooney right now.
Oh, it absolutely is coming soon, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it in the next coming minutes. I mean, you've seen Mooney not really advance it past their own half, and Riverview has been dominating possession. They've been passing the ball well early here.
And here they are again. Take it away. Now it's Alexander, and kicked away for a throw. So Riverview continues to press. 11 minutes have gone by. The long throw from St. Onge. Bouncing in the middle. Spinning, turning, and firing. Punched away out for a corner kick. And a nice shot right there by Sepulveda.
Yeah, it's a really nice shot there from Sepulveda. She makes a really nice turn, just spins around and fires a nice shot into the near post. It is saved. But you're getting, like you said, that sense that Riverview is really controlling this game. They're controlling the offense, and that's been a problem for them, but they're looking good here early.
Corner played in by Alexander. Mounty retrieves. And a missed header, and now a chance for Cardinal Mooney. They've got numbers, but a run that is clearly offside. Laquette slipped and fell and completely whiffed on it. But now that offsides will come into play. Had that not been an offsides, that would have been a dangerous, dangerous error.
Yeah, very rare error for Bronwyn Leggett, as she looks like she just slipped. As Reed Skurlock was in there, and she looked like she was about to score.
Falls to Johnson. And this shot by Morales. Saved easily by the keeper. Cardinal Mooney again, a side that has been a tough opponent for Riverview, despite winning 2 of the last 4 and drawing the other 2. Like we mentioned, it's been a while since Cardinal Mooney has been able to win, but someone that the coaches talked about being always a tough and competitive game, and you continue to see it, the scheduling of this Riverview side, trying to prepare them for their 3rd straight district championship. This girls' side has had some weapons over the last couple of years on a reload, not a rebuild. Here's Casagrande. And taken away by Mounty. And just over. Did not look like much of an opportunity there, but as it went, you saw it creeping. The goalie was like, maybe, just goes over for
Well,
her.
we've seen Sepulveda do that a lot, and she's taken a lot of shots. She's even scored some goals from beyond that 20-yard box, and wouldn't have been surprised if it gone in there. She definitely has the leg for it. We've seen her do it before. It's a nice shot. Riverview taking a lot of shots early.
Tiptoeing the line and able to get it across to midfield, but man, Cardinal Mooney just not able to generate any solid possession as it goes back to Leggett. Johnson. A bad touch by Simone. What can Cardinal Mooney do with it? Nothing. Taken away as this Riverview backline continues to impress. The throw for Cardinal Mooney now. And given right back. That has been the story of this season, it feels like. You know, we've mentioned it a couple times, but the possessions and the values of the possession, it's been a theme with Riverview and their opponents not being able to create possessions and keep possessions. We're seeing it here with Riverview being able to keep them, but Cardinal Mooney has had a really tough time. You see there, they have a throw-in, they're across halfway, which they have not been able to do much, and then they just throw it away right on the throw-in. What needs to change, not just for Cardinal, but just in general for these sides to make sure that they're able to keep possessions? Because maybe not normally, but it feels like right now the team that is able to create and has or is able to keep possession, not even create, just keep possession, is going to be the side that wins the game.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And you go back to just the basics, just the simple stuff, playing where you're facing, play the short pass. It doesn't always have to be this long, really, really good pass. Sometimes it really is just that short pass that will keep possession, and it's going to be something that is really important for Riverview. We talked to Coach Sean Springman about it, and he mentioned how that was one of the biggest things that Riverview needs to improve on if they want to have more of a shot at, like you said, one of the problems for this Riverview team has been scoring. And how does scoring get created? It's from possession, and it's from really good passes. As we see a nice little attack there from Riverview.
Nice job building from the back. Falls apart at the last second and out for a Cougar throw. Lila Johnson impressing in the right back position. The young sophomore who this season has, like today, just been exceptionally well. She has gifted speed. As Cardinal Mooney tries to get it out of their own back half. Sent far away as Johnson retrieves. Mowdy tried to squeeze it over to Alexander. Could not, but she wins it back. Now here's Mowdy. A nice pass to St. Auge. St. Auge to the middle. And it is saved. Maramam with the diving stop. Alexander was right there ready to tap it in, but a nice save.
It's just a really well-organized Riverview attack that we haven't really seen a lot from this season, but they're playing really, really well offensively here, and, that shot is saved. But, again, the organized attacks, the going back to the basics, just the simple stuff, that's what you want to see from a team, and it's why Riverview has dominated a lot of possession, and that's why they have the better looks on attacks. As that one was probably their best yet, as it's almost scored there by Lucia Morales.
Here are the Cougars. That run is onside. Leggett tracks back to goal. No fouling taken away. But the Cougars are able to keep possession, but just for a second. Or no, it will be deflected and out for Cardinal Mooney's first Mighty Dog roofing corner. So a chance now for the Cougars, who have not played great tonight, but an opportunity to go up 1-0 despite all the momentum Riverview has.
Yeah, and it's really easy for a team, despite the momentum shifting in possession, it's really easy for a team to then go up 1-0 off a set-piece goal, and when that ball bounces around in the box, a lot of times it just falls to a player and they end up shooting it and it scores. So despite possession and despite all those things, set piece goals can be a really easy way for a team that may be down to get back in the game.
All you need is one bounce to go your way. Sent in. Cougars able to retrieve, but the shot nowhere near goal. And out for a goal kick. And that will have us reach our first water break of the match. Riverview dominating, but still nothing to show for it. 0-0 at the water break.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Kettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located.
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Kettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Kettle's got it.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Welcome back on into the Ramble on Thanksgiving week. 4 p.m. clash tonight between the Riverview Rams and Cardinal Mooney Cougars. Addison Resco and Paul Whiteside to bring it along with you. Solid start from Riverview to start this game, but deadlocked at 0.
And it's been really good to see Riverview overcome a little bit of an awkward situation as a lot of their starters are out today for this game.
Only 12 players available. Cardinal Mooney trying to get the scoring started but cannot. But like you mentioned, 12 players available, only one player on the bench. That's Olivia Rosenthal, who is possibly going to be coming in. But a very short-handed Riverview side as Morales trying to come in and cannot win possession, but Johnson able to take it away.
Yeah, and that's been one of the things that I've been really impressed of, as it's really hard for a team to adapt when you have those starting girls that are not on your team, that are not playing, not starting with you. It doesn't only affect, obviously, the quality of play, but it affects the chemistry, it affects the mentality, it affects the mindset, and all of these things are affected when you don't have a lot of your starters on this game. So it's been something that I've been really impressed with Riverview, as they have been able to adapt, as Mooney is not in the same story, as they have most of their starting girls today, but Riverview at a disadvantage.
We'll see if that run is onside, but it will not matter. Leggett will let it bounce all the way inside of her box, so she's able to pick it up cleanly. Harper Kelly and Sophia Oslansky among 5 Riverview players that are out tonight. Oslansky most notably playing with the Hungarian national team.
And then you also have Annika Thomas, who scored the goal in the Northport game last week, the opening goal.
And you really see, we've talked a lot about control tonight, and you really saw that with Sophia Oslansky. Even in the 1-0 loss against North Fort Myers, she controlled the midfield for Riverview, got them a few opportunities. They are sorely missing her right now, but another chance for her. She missed the first couple of games being a part of the Hungarian national team, and back again as Johnson, a nice move, but not on the same page with Lynn Morales, one of the captains of this Riverview side, alongside Emily Simone, whose sister Taylor Simone played at Riverview just a few short years ago. Lamari. No foul, taken down hard, but referee does not see it fit for a foul. Reed Skurlock goes down. Looking for an opening. Down to Morales. And taken away. You can see Cardinal Mooney starting to find the rhythm. A nice flurry of moves as the Cougars able to keep possession before it is taken away by Mouty. Alexander got a touch. Falls to Morales. Tried to squeeze it into the middle, but kept nicely by Merriman. The pressure building. This Riverview side has just pressed. You see it there from Simone. Goes out for a Cougar throw.
Yeah, and it's been one of the things that has really put Riverview at an advantage here is when you press, you force mistakes from the other team, and that leads to just more possession, more chances. And so the high press from this Riverview side was something that they needed to do coming into this game. And they have done it, and they've done a very good job at executing the high presses. They have been the ones dominating possession and dominating the chances, and the ball has been in Mooney's half for the majority of this game.
When you can see the sub has come on now for Riverview, Olivia Rosenthal, who tore her ACL a year and a half ago, and it might be tough to see from your angle, but if you get a close enough look, you'll see some sort of brace on her knee, and that's because she didn't have normal ACL surgery. She got it taken care of at home and did physical therapy, and now back playing. It's very rare, especially with the torn ACL, that you don't have surgery, but let alone able to go through physical therapy, worked hard, and
then
now is back.
And then make a recovery also is extremely hard. So very good to see her out on the field and running around. And
Lieberman playing a dangerous game, almost gets it taken away. And Carla Mooney has done a better job in these final 7 minutes, or these first 7 minutes of coming back from the water break. Trying to find that first goal and break our deadlock, 0-0. This is the final girls' home soccer game until December 19th, where they will play in-city rival Sarasota. So a flurry of road games coming up for Riverview, and it's important to try and come away with the win today, knowing that you're not going to be home for just about a month.
Yeah, it's really important to get a win here, especially against a district side like Mooney, a tough district side like Mooney, coming off, other than their last game, which they did lose to Bryn River, but coming off a little bit of a hot streak, and you've got some girls missing today, and so it's going to be really important for Riverview to win this game, as they have a lot of away games coming up, so that will definitely affect how this team plays, and it's obviously a lot easier to play at home in a familiar environment.
Sepulveda was trying to squeeze it into Rosenthal. Not able to do so.
Sepulveda has been so key for this Riverview side. Cardinal Mooney once again turns it away on the throw-in. Rosenthal. Now a break for Simone, but the touch is too strong, and it will be sent away for a throw. A nice play by Anna Casagrande to get that one out, but Riverview, they've really done a nice job building from the back today.
Yeah, that's been really important, and building from the back is one of the most important things you can do in soccer. Is it just opens up so many chances. You keep possession, and then you find a player downfield, you make a nice ball, and there you go. There, you're 1-0 up. So it's been really good to see them playing from the back, and it's worked out for them a lot, as you can see.
Here's Simone. Sepulveda tries to goal for from a long distance, not able to connect. Riverview again coming off that 2-1 win to Northport. Seemed like we were heading towards a draw until Loudy sent a volley from well outside the box.
It was just a fantastic goal by Colleen Mowdy in midfield, and it was off a header, and then like we said, things can bounce around and one touch goes your way, and that's what happened at about the 20 yards box, and she just hit it absolutely perfectly. It snuck into that far left corner and got Riverview their first home win of the year.
Riverview 3-2-1 on the season. Losses to Braden River and North Fort Myers. And this is a real test to see, really, you knew these two teams would match up well against each other. Both sides got shut out by Braden River. Riverview lost 1-0, and Cardinal Mooney on Saturday lost 2-0. Out for a Riverview throw. Some weird start times, right? A Saturday game, and now you've got a Monday at 4 p.m. game, and it's very rare, especially on Thanksgiving week, and that's why you see so many players out for both sides. It's Thanksgiving week.
Everyone's on break, you know? Yeah.
Not us. We're not on break, as here is Johnson trying to play it through to Morales. It's a wonderful ball. Morales cuts it in, and it will be sent out for a throw.
Yeah, and as you know, we've been talking a lot about the Riverview offense, but talk about this Mooney defense. I mean, they've just done such a good job at, you know, they're bending, but they're not breaking. They're allowing these attacks to develop. But when it comes to Riverview finishing their chances, Mooney has done a very good job at defending inside the box. And they've been forcing players out and kicking the balls out of bounds and forcing corners, and Riverview just hasn't been able to take advantage of that. And so a lot of credit goes to this Mooney defense, as they have played very well here against a strong Riverview offense.
Johnson chips it in, bouncing around, and too high on the shot. Trying to go with the left foot, but unable to find the opener was Sepulveda. Approaching the 32nd minute of play. And out for a Riverview throw. And on these set pieces, whether it's been a throw-in, whether it has been a goal kick, Cardinal Mooney has just not been able to withstand their possession, as Sepulveda plays it in towards the box. Simone gave it a touch, but falls to the ground, not able to control possession. Sarlock. dancing with it. Taken away by Riverview. And out for a Cardinal Mooney throw. But it will be a foul on Reed Surlock. And taken away. And now a break for Cardinal Mooney. Shot on goal takes a weird bounce, but Leggett able to control it. You saw that bounce. Looked like it was going towards the near post and then takes a skid to the right.
Yeah.
But a nice job by Bronwyn Leggett, who continues to impress.
Yeah, it's a really nice job by Jordan Lieberman. They're able to recover off of what seemed like sure one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but Jordan Lieberman, the freshman defender who's starting today, really nice job, able to not only recover, but force the attacker into an awkward position and get her at an angle where she was unable to score, and that's exactly what happened. It's just amazing defense.
And you see a couple of freshmen starting for this Riverview side. Jordan Lieberman, Lynn Morales. You normally have Annika Thomas starting. This is a young Riverview side. Like we said, this is a reloaded squad.
Yep.
For Riverview. They lost a lot of key players after winning their second straight district title. In the final 5 minutes of half number 1 on this hot November afternoon, Riverview trying to get their 4th win of the season, and so is Cardinal Mooney. Little give and go between Johnson and Mounty, out for a Riverview throw. That's the second time that they've done that tonight. Worked on the first time, and still a nice play there, winning a throw. The connection between Johnson and Mounty has been impressive so far tonight.
Yeah, it has, and those two are some of the most important players at their position. Lila Johnson has been so effective in defense, in the defensive side, and then Colleen Mounty is just holding down that midfield spot as she is really just running all over the place. Can really play, center attacking mid, center defensive mid, really anything that you want her to. She's so diverse.
Here's Simone trying to squeeze it through to Rosenthal, but cannot. Had a lot of space. Elected to go for the pass and sent back down by Cardinal Mooney.
Yeah, going back to just how young this Riverview squad is, it's been really impressive to see them just kind of adjust and kind of not let the age of the squad.
And here's Rosenthal on the attack. Able to keep possession as she spins back, tries to send it towards the middle, but cannot. It is taken away. Cardinal Mooney trying to make anything happen, but it is taken away by Mounty. Now Simone. Morales, and it is sent away by Casagrande, who has played exceptional on the back line for this Cougars squad.
She's done so good, and she's really just shut down really everyone that's come at her. She's played very well inside the box, just forcing players into an awkward position, forcing them onto their weak foot. She's done really, really well in the defense, and it's one of the reasons why Mooney still hasn't succeeded a goal yet.
St. Odge gearing up for a deep throw in. Bounces around. It finds the foot of Emily Simone. Save made. And that's the type of opportunities that those long throws can create. Just get the right bounce and then put a shot on goal.
Yeah, it makes it super awkward for both teams as that ball bouncing around. It takes a weird hop and then it falls your way or it doesn't. So it's such an easy way for especially the attack to score on that. And Isla Merriam is very lucky that wasn't a better shot from Simone as she's able to contain it. But we know how strong of a leg Simone has.
Emily Simone, the other captain Morales chips it into St. Auge. St. Auge, nice positioning, gets it back to Morales, but a poor touch, and then a poor pass, and it is sent away.
Well, that was a great pass by Lynn Morales there, the freshman, as she just chipped it right over the Mooney defense into a nice run by Kate St. Ange, but just unable to capitalize. That's kind of been the story for Riverview, is they've had a lot of really good chances, just unable to capitalize, unable to score. All of their shots have really gone directly to the goalkeeper or over the bar, and they are taking shots, but just need to capitalize further, especially because they have so many well-organized attacks so far in this game.
Cardinal Mooney with only one shot on goal. Came just a few moments ago. And once again taken away. Now here's Mounty. And didn't seem like Kate St. Ange knew it was coming. Did not turn around for it, but Riverview takes it away again. This defense has been stifling the Cougars. And they will win a throw. I mean, just taking away everything the Cougars are throwing at them. The only opportunity the Cougars had was off a miscue by Riverview, which allowed the one-on-one with Leggett. But other than that, this Riverview side has probably looked the best that they have looked. I mean, yes, you can argue that 4-1 game against Lemon Bay, but
this is a tougher opponent.
Yes.
This is a tougher opponent. It's a district game. It's at home. And yes, this is probably the best they've looked all season, and that's so shocking to say because they have so many starters out. But playing very well here with a lot of girls down, like we said, 12 players entering the game.
And that will send us to halftime. So a half that was dominated by Riverview still has us deadlocked. Cardinal Mooney with one shot on goal, but not able to capitalize. But it's Ayla Merriam who has kept the Cougars in it. 0-0. Half number 2 coming up here on Arsenal Productions in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back on in for second half action here between the Riverview Rams and Cardinal Mooney. I want to thank you so much for joining us here on Thanksgiving week. Addison Rusko and Paul Whiteside on the call with you today. Entertaining first half. Riverview 0-0. Dominated, though. What do you want to see from Riverview to try and generate this go-ahead goal?
Yeah, well, they've been playing really, really well throughout this game, and I think the biggest thing for them is just to capitalize on their chances, as Lynn Morales came very close to capitalizing on that one, but they just really need to capitalize on those chances. They're advancing very well. They're having a lot of good organized attacks, and they just haven't, capitalized on them, obviously, at the 0-0 score. So that would be the biggest thing for Riverview, is to just get a goal. And they've been getting very close, but they just need to do a little bit better finishing.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Johnson the throw. This Riverview side has not scored at will besides the 4-1 win against Lemon Bay. They scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. Looked like we might have been in for a quick night, but Riverview was held in check. Still got 2 more goals. Trying to find their first here. Rosenthal could not keep possession, but able to win it back. Slow dribbling ball finds the foot of Sepulveda. Rosenthal. Morales positioned herself nicely, just not able to come away with possession.
Yeah, it's really nice positioning there by Morales, as she's able to use her body to get off the defender and just unable to finish it there.
Simone deflects the pass, and Riverview, for what seems like the 1,000th time, takes away another pass from Cardinal Mooney. A risky pass here, and Maryam is forced to just send it out of play for a throw. Poor pass in the backfield.
Yep.
Riverview now with a good opportunity.
Yeah, just another careless loss in possession from Mooney, and we've been seeing that a lot from them, as they have just been unable to keep possession. They've done a poor job at passing and keeping possession, and Riverview has taken advantage of that, and it is definitely coming. The goal is definitely coming for Riverview if they can just capitalize on one of these well-organized attacks.
Sean Springman the dish over to Johnson, as Johnson gets it in. And Riverview will win a foul. So a free kick and a good spot now for Riverview to try and find this first goal. Cardinal Mooney, though, you talked about it earlier in the first half. Man, it just feels like they've had their back against the wall for a majority of this game. However, they are holding strong. And while Riverview has had a lot of near opportunities, Ayla Maryam really hasn't had a lot of difficult work tonight.
No, she hasn't, and there's been a lot of shots on goal, but they haven't really tested Maryam a lot, as she hasn't had too much trouble with any of the shots that Riverview has put on her. But the Mooney defense has just been playing so well in the box. They've been playing such good defense on a lot of these Riverview players, and that's well due to Anna Casagrande, who's just been playing phenomenal on the defensive side.
Has turned away a multitude of opportunities. Here's the 5th opportunity tonight for Riverview on a corner kick. Bouncing in, what a save! Deny Simone, the one-handed save by Ayla Maryam. That was incredible.
Wow, and the score stays 0-0. What a save from Ayla Maryam, as it looks like a surefire goal from Emily Simone. A really nice header that looked like it was going to sneak into that bottom left corner, but Miriam denies her with one-hand diving save, and Simone unable to get the rebound as well. And it's
had
just
an opportunity on that rebound, but just sailed it high. We just had mentioned that she hasn't had much difficult work today. Well, that was difficult work, and now an opportunity for Cardinal Mooney. Leggett was out of the box, but came running back in, and the shot not super effective. An exciting first 5 minutes of action here in half number 2. And you go back to that save. A beautiful corner kick. Riverview, they've had 5 tonight. They've really been able to create those good chances on set pieces. And then Simone, it looked as if it was past her already. Somehow with that one hand keeps this game level.
And Emily Simone has scored on a header from a corner kick in this season, so wouldn't have been surprised if that one had gone in, but just an amazing save from Miriam as she's able to deny Simone.
Well, here is Simone again, and she will win a corner. So the 6th Mighty Dog Roofing corner of the game.
And most of them have been for Riverview.
Only one corner kick for Cardinal Mooney so far. 7 in the game. Can Riverview make them pay this time? Just misses a couple of heads and sent away. Johnson does a nice job to control, but gives it away. Some space on the near side. Here's Reed Skurlock. Able to get around Whitehurst. Plays it in, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Well,
That was actually Maya Fleming on the shot opportunity. Throw now for Cardinal Mooney. Whitehurst. Kept in by Fleming. Now it's Skurlock. And it is sent wide. A good opportunity. Found some space. Let it rip. Cardinal Mooney, a couple of good chances here in these past couple of minutes.
yeah, it's a great shot by Reed Skurlock. It just goes wide, but testing Bronwyn Leggett here early in this second half as Mooney has now flipped it as they've had a lot of good chances. Both teams have had a lot of good chances. And you sense a goal maybe for either team could be coming at any moment.
Still deadlocked as we are in the 50th minute of play. Fleming. Now Whitehurst. Oh, and they'll say that goes out. It looked as if Rosenthal was able to keep that in, but nevertheless, it is a throw-in. A nice challenge from Johnson. Cougars trying to keep it in, but cannot.
That's a great challenge in there by Lila Johnson.
She
Sticking with it.
Exceptional tonight.
She's been very good.
Line.
Very physical. Only a sophomore, but just being very physical on the defensive side, and that's always something you want to see from a right back.
Here Simone has that blazing speed as she takes it across midway over to Kate St. Odge. And out for a throw. Cougars thought that they had won that. But St. Odge gets ready to load up on her deep throw. Into Simone. Able to keep possession. Makes a nice move. Out for a throw.
Yeah, it's a really nice job by Simone, just being so physical, and that's something that Coach Sean Springman talked to us about. He just emphasized that Simone is bigger and more physical than the girls that she's facing, and she needs to take advantage of that, and she definitely has this season, as you can just sense her physical presence when she's on the pitch.
And that is sent well out of play. Maryam has to go a long way to retrieve that. That actually goes out of the stadium. Past the track, but back to action here. Still knotted at 0. Couple of chances here in half number 2 for both these teams, but nobody able to break the deadlock.
Yeah, even though it's a 0-0 game, it has been very entertaining and just a lot of good passes, a lot of good chances for both teams. It's just a matter of time where one takes advantage of it as Sepulveda fires.
Not able to score. It feels like it's a matter of time, but it feels like we've been saying that for quite some time.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we've been saying that since the first few minutes.
It doesn't feel like a 0-0 game right now. It feels more of a 1-1, 2-1 type of game, the chances that have been created. But nevertheless, still knotted at 0. As both of these teams try to find their 4th win of the season. Whitehurst the throw. And both these schools have had very successful football seasons as well. Obviously, Cardinal Mooney going back to the regional final, won a state championship just 2 years ago. And Riverview season ended on Friday at the hands of Sumner. But a good year for first-year head coach Mark Cristiani. But both of these sides have had continued athletic success as both these teams try once again to find that 4th win of the season. Cardinal Mooney can improve to 4-1. Riverview trying to find a 4-2-1 record.
It would be very good for them to get a win here. As you mentioned, they have a lot of away games coming up here. As you mentioned, their last home game, or their next home game coming December 19th, as it will be very important for Riverview to steal a win here at home.
It is a side that has many of their district games coming up. They have Lakewood Ranch next after a long break. They will play next on December 3rd, and then it is at Northport, at Venice. So just 3 road games, but it spans out nearly a month before they are back home against Sarasota. And you look at that week-long stretch you have on the 12th, the Northport game. You then on the 16th have at Venice, then home against Sarasota. That is 3 district games in a row and could prove crucial to a later district championship round, as a nice free kick, but cleaned up well by Maryam, as she'll be able to boot this one away.
Yeah, she's done a very good job in goal today. Obviously had the fantastic save against Emily Simone, but Riverview has been taking a lot of shots, and Maryam has done a very good job at stopping all of them, as she is the main reason why this team still hasn't succeeded a goal.
Has really kept Cardinal Mooney in this game. Obviously, the offense has only had a couple of opportunities, but their defense has been great all season. They had a 2-1 win to open the year against Venice, then a 2-0 win, then a 2-1 win. They have not allowed more than 2 goals this season, and the only time they did that was on the road at Braden River. Fleming. And poked away. Rosenthal spins and gets away. Now Riverview with numbers, but a poor pass. Trying to find St. Auge. They'll elect not to let it go to the keeper, and maybe a squandered opportunity there from the Cougars to get back possession. You kind of are rolling back, and for the first time tonight, Casa Grande probably should have done something different there.
Yeah, and Olivia Rosenthal, as you see, she's going to come off now. But she should have definitely waited there a little bit as she forced a pass downfield to Kate St. Ange that eventually ended up at the hands of Anna Casa Grande.
And coming on in for Rosenthal is Mia Alexander, who had a shot on goal in the first half. She had a very strong first 10 minutes. Will try and come back on for the rest of this game and make a massive impact. Grace Wren to throw. And Simone able to take it away. As the lights turn on, as the sun sets down on this hot November night, it is a wonderful ball that falls to the foot of Morales. Now to St. Auge. It does go in the back of the net, but the flag has gone up, and we remain at 0-0. Looked like Morales probably should have taken that shot, tries to dish it off to St. Auge, but just a hair offside.
Yeah, just a tad bit offside as she is called there. But a really good opportunity for Riverview once again. Just unable to capitalize it. We're in the 22 minutes left to go here in this game, and you just sense like this game can't end 0-0. You got to sense that there has to be some sort of goal coming for either team.
A winner is deserved. These teams have played well enough to find one, but now it's a matter of will they, as we are approaching the second water break of this evening. Played through. And a nice play by Kate St. Auge, who is a co-captain tonight. And now an opportunity for the Cougars. Played back, but a squandered opportunity. Skurlock was there, but not able to find it. Just took that shot a little too quick and sailed it high.
Yeah, and another good chance now for Mooney on the opposing half. You have the good chance from Lynn Morales and this Riverview offense, and then you go and get a little bit of a shot off there for Mooney. So both teams now advancing, as it was very Riverview dominated, but now kind of splitting the chances here in this game.
St. Auge. Playing long for Johnson. Johnson able to get there. Can she get around? No, she cannot. Riverview able to take back possession. Simone won it for a second, but she wins a foul. So another free kick here for Riverview. The last free kick sent right in on goal. Marianne was able to save it. But Riverview with these set pieces tonight, boy, have they been close.
Yeah, they have. And pretty much in every set piece, you feel like there could be a goal. And we talked about it before the game and as the game has gone on. But you have one bounce go your way, and all of a sudden it's 1-0.
And out for a goal kick. So not the best of opportunities created there. Halfway through half number 2, approaching the water break, still tied at 0. Will somebody find a winner? Out for a throw. And now we will have that water break. So it will be a Cardinal Mooney throw deep in their back half when we return. Halfway through, still at 0 in half number 2. Riverview and Cardinal Mooney. Who's going to find a winner?
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Kettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located on Clark Road.
Kettle's got it. The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state of the art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Kettle's got it.
Welcome back on in. Final 20 or so minutes remain. And we see it here. Cardinal Mooney has a goal kick. They quickly are forced to have a throw in and then give it back to Riverview. Can Riverview make them pay? What does Riverview have to do? What is holding them back from scoring this goal right now?
Yeah, they have to really just be better in that box. They have to stop forcing those passes. I think they're getting almost a little too goal hungry, as when they're advancing the attacks. In that first half, they were really good. But as this second half has progressed, they've been forcing a little bit of more passes into, players that are making runs, but it may not just be the correct passes. They just have to calm down a little bit, and I think that will lead to a goal. They just have to stop forcing passes, and then, again, they have to capitalize on the passes that do go through. And I think if they do that, Riverview is due for a goal here and for a winner.
They continue to apply pressure. A free kick after the foul. A nice crowd for a Thanksgiving weekday. Morales. Good touch. Now it's Simone. And she'll win a corner. So Mia Alexander will go take the corner the 7th time Riverview has generated this. Will this be the time, though, that they finally capitalize? They were close 2 times ago.
Yeah, they were close. And we'll see if they can capitalize on this corner. It's those set pieces that really can create good chances, especially for a team that's goal hungry. We'll have to see what they do here.
Alexander plays it in, bouncing around, and finding the back of the net. It is Kate St. Onge who has the opener. finally, Riverview able to take the lead.
Yeah, and what were we just talking about? Those set pieces. One bounce falls your way, and you're up 1-0. And what happens? The bounce falls their way. Kate St. Ange, it falls at Kate St. Ange's foot. She taps it right in, and they're up 1-0 here. With just under 17 minutes left to go, can Riverview now hang on to this 1-0 lead?
Well, now it'll be interesting to see how Cardinal Mooney attacks, because they really haven't attacked a whole lot here in half number 2. They've had opportunities, but now how much of an offensive attack do you go to now that you're down 1-0?
You almost have to go to a lot more of an offensive look. Now that you're down 1-0, time is running out. Ooh.
Two Cougars collide with each other and turn it away.
Yeah, it'll be very, very interesting to see what they do as Lynn Morales will now come off. Olivia Rosenthal will come on in the substitute. But it'll be very interesting to see how Mooney adjusts and how they attack here.
And a nice job right there by Sepulveda, winning back possession. But the Cougars are able to turn it away quickly, pressed by Rosenthal. Tried to find a Cougar, but could not. Was trying to find Grace Wren. Now taken away. And sent down. Leggett has it cleanly. She has not been tested really at all. You had the one shot by Maya Fleming earlier, but other than that, has really faced no challenges tonight. This Riverview back line, led by Johnson, has just done a phenomenal job of not allowing opportunities, and you see the continued pressure even after the goal by Riverview. Now here's Emily Simone trying to get in. And it looks as if they did call a foul.
Not sure why they may not have played advantage there almost.
There was absolutely an opening. So it's going to be a free kick in a really dangerous spot now for Riverview, just outside of the box. So it will not be a penalty.
This is going to be this is in a really dangerous position, especially when you've got probably Sophie Sepulveda is going to take this, and it looks like she will. But this is a perfect spot and a really comfortable spot to where she's going to try and go for a goal here, I would assume.
Just outside of the box, just nearly a penalty.
Yeah.
But you saw that speed from Simone.
She's so physical. It took two Mooney defenders to eventually take her down. But a really, really good chance here for Riverview to now put it away.
Sepulveda. It will be out. It hit off the crossbar of the goalpost and then up into the post of the football field.
Yeah.
Then bounced back into play. And looked like Riverview might have had an opportunity, but the referees catch on, and it will be a goal kick. But even on goal kicks, Cardinal Mooney just cannot seem to keep possession, but they do turn Riverview over. And now an opportunity on the near side, but closed off quickly. That is a nice play right there by Avery Hunt, the young sophomore.
It's been the biggest problem for Cardinal Mooney today has been the turnovers, and even in spots where they look like they should clearly keep possession, they're just not taking advantage of it. They keep turning it over to Riverview, and then Riverview has taken good advantage of that, and Mooney just needs to clean up their sloppy play.
Well, they have a chance now. A free kick here for Cardinal Mooney. And a chance to draw this game level again. If you are just joining us, Kate St. Ange, the goal scored just a few minutes ago. Surlock plays it in, and it is sent away. Can the Cougars maintain possession? They cannot. Simone gets it taken away, though, only for it to go right back to Riverview. Played long. Riverview gives chase. A nice effort from Johnson. Teetering the line, and it will go out for a throw. And that is all due to the hustle. You saw Lila Johnson go from the far side to the near side, create the pressure, and force that pass to go out of play.
Yeah, and she's been doing it all night. She's been doing such a good job on that defensive side. And then you even see her come into the Mooney half and make a really nice play. She's been flying all over the field and making just amazing plays. She's played phenomenal tonight, as Mooney will make a couple of substitutions.
Mia Alexander, a little push in the back, no call. And a chance for Cardinal Mooney, but Leggett, who is well outside of her box, is there at a crucial time. And sometimes you wonder, gosh, why are they out? Why are they not in goal? That's
why.
One of the reasons.
Yep, and we've seen Leggett place that position a lot this year.
And here's an opportunity for Simone, but it is gathered by Miriam.
Yeah, it's a really nice play by Miriam, but we've seen Leggett play that position, and she's been out of her boxes. You see, she's about 20 yards off her line right now, and she plays that position very well, stopping attacks. And you may see that in hindsight and think, what is she doing? But if she's back on her line, that's a one-on-one. That's a one-on-one opportunity. So it's very good to see her come off her line in these moments. She's done a very good job at playing that position.
She has really been sensational for Riverview this season, as Rosenthal makes a nice move and gets around. Sepulveda now to Simone in the middle, drops it off for Rosenthal, who goes for goal, and it is taken back now to Mia Alexander. Miriam there to make the save.
That's such a good play in midfield by Riverview, passing the ball so well and then getting it to Rosenthal, who eventually has the shot blocked. But just such a good ball movement from Riverview late in this game as they try and secure this 1-0 victory over Cardinal Mooney and make it now 5 straight years.
It has been a long time since Cardinal Mooney has beaten Riverview. December 2nd, 2020, the last time. And a nice move by Sepulveda. Takes a couple of bounces. Riverview gives chase, and Simone has it on her foot. Emily Simone dances around, drops it off, and it is denied. Rosenthal still with it, chips it in, finds Simone, and once again turned away. Now it falls to the goal scorer, Kate St. Odge. And she'll win a throw. Man, a flurry of opportunities there for Riverview.
Yeah, amazing opportunities from Riverview, but better yet, the constant goal line defense and box defense of this Cardinal Mooney defense has just been so good, and it's a reason why Riverview isn't up by 3 or 4 now.
They've surely had the chances to be up by 3 or 4. Sepulveda, a nice move, goes for goal with the left foot, and it is just punched away. Ayla Merriam makes another impressive save. It's a corner for Riverview, but once again, like you mentioned, man, this Cardinal Mooney defense has been good tonight.
Yeah, they have. They've been such a good job at blocking shots. And then you see Merriam in there getting such a good save on a really nice shot from Sepulveda. She loves to take those shots from beyond the box, and she scored from beyond the box we saw in the preseason game.
Over down in Lakewood Ranch, or over up in Lakewood Ranch. Here she is again, Sepulveda. But now a break for Cardinal Mooney. Perhaps a chance. Battling, and that will be a foul. Shoved to the ground was Mounty, and a yellow card. Peyton G will go into the book.
Clearly frustrated with that call as she's
still having a word with the official. So she will come off for the time being.
We saw that last game, but if you're unfamiliar with girls soccer rules, if a player receives a yellow, they do have to come off the field until the ball is then played back out of play. So if it is a throw-in or a goal kick, that is when they can come back in. But for the time being, Mooney is now down a player.
And back to Maryam. And a red card has been shown. Not exactly sure what that was or why the straight red came out. Peyton G comes back out.
I would assume some words were said to the ref.
The referee is coming over to talk to the head coach. And so Riverview will be playing with a advantage now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. As, like you said, it was kind of weird, a straight red administered to one of the Mooney girls, but you have to assume that that would be for some words that were said to the referee, as there didn't look to be any sort of reckless foul or anything indicating a red card.
In fact, it was Cardinal Mooney who got the kick.
Yep.
So it was a free kick for Cardinal Mooney, and yet you're right, it had to have been something that was said for a red card to be given out. So now Cardinal Mooney down a goal and now down a player, but they've got a real opportunity, but a nice job at the last second. Whitehurst able to send it away. Now Maya Fleming out for a throw. Can Cardinal Mooney find one back in the final 5 minutes of this game?
It's definitely going to be difficult now with that red card, and you almost start to think about just the decision there to mouth off to the ref. You're trying to come back in this game. You want a game winner, but going down a player is not something you want to do to your team here, as that could definitely prove costly. As
well, especially for something that you can control. It's a lot different. You know, if you make a slide tackle and it's your second yellow, right? If Peyton G, made a bad decision on the field, right? That's the game stuff, right? You can go in, film, you can correct that. If it is, we don't know because no, we don't get a word back up in the box.
Sure,
but it would appear
like
to be something of mouthing off or something in that regard, man. That is something that there's nothing to do with film. That's all on discipline and accountability.
And it's something that we've talked a lot on this broadcast. I don't know if you as the viewer have watched any football games that we've covered over here on Arsenal Productions, but it's been a big problem over on the other sport, football.
Yeah, well, and it was a problem just on Friday in the regional semifinal. Riverview down by 3 in the fourth quarter. They make a stop on 3rd down and 2. They get a nice tackle for loss of 2 yards. Well, here's Lila Johnson trying to keep possession, and it will go out for a corner. But again, they make the stop on 3rd down and 2. It's now 4th down and 4. Looks like Riverview's going to get the ball back in the 4th quarter with a chance to drive down and win the game. But after the tackle, Levi Ruffton pushes off, makes an unnecessary play. Sumner goes down
and scores
gets
a touchdown.
Game's over.
So we've seen time and time again, now in both sports, the mental mistakes are what cost you the game, and it's just something that's completely unacceptable. Whether you're up 50 or down 50, it just can't happen.
Especially down by 1. Riverview trying to make it 2, but Emily Simone not able to make it 2. Emily Simone, though, doesn't have a goal today, but she's been close a bunch of times, and you've really felt her impact through watching this game. What have you liked specifically about what you've seen from Emily Simone?
Well, we've been seeing it all season, and she's just such, she's the captain of this team, and she's such an essential part of this midfield. She plays so physically, and that's such a big part of this Riverview personality as a team. They're so physical, and Emily Simone has really just dominated the midfield. You can really just feel her physical presence. There's almost a sense of fear to the opposing player just because of how physical and big she is. And so that's what I've liked a lot about her game. She's done a really nice job keeping possession, opening up, making really nice passes. She's just played really, really well. And like you said, she doesn't have a goal here tonight, but she's definitely had those opportunities. She did have that header that was miraculously saved by Miriam.
Should have had one.
Should have had one. Should have had a goal tonight, as she has played amazing.
We enter the final few minutes of this Monday afternoon clash. Riverview hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Riverview has played a bunch of close games, a 1-0 win over Sun Lake, a 2-1 win over Northport. Now looking at a 1-0 win over Cardinal Mooney, if they can hang on, and even in the game that they lost 1-0 to Braden River, 1-0 to
North Fort
Myers, right? This team, and I think what will be beneficial for Riverview come playoff time, when they're competing to try and win their 3rd district championship in a row, this side is battle-tested. They have a game winner in the 75th minute. They have a game winner in the 63rd minute. These are things that they're going to need to have experience for when it comes to possibly being down 1 in a district championship game.
Absolutely, and they're, like you said, that's such a good point. They're just battle-tested, and they played some of the top teams in the state, beating one of the top teams in the state away in Sun Lake, a team that has only lost 1 game over the course of 2 years. They go into Sun Lake, they beat Sun Lake, as she's definitely off, as Lynn Morales.
Yep, offside is the call.
But they go into Sun Lake, they beat Sun Lake 1-0. That was such a huge win for them, a team that regularly appears in the state quarterfinals and the state semifinals, and then they go and they play at home against North Fort Myers. You have Hannah Busenbark, one of the top goal scorers in the country, another team that just went to the state finals the year prior. And so this Riverview team is so battle-tested, and it really just shows in this tough game against Mooney, potentially grabbing a win here at home as we dwindle down to the final seconds.
The clock winds down. Already here in extra time. And it's why head coach St. Odge has scheduled these hard games so his team can be battle-tested and win gritty games like this. Riverview moments away from finalizing it, and they do! Riverview gets their 4th win of the year, and it is a goal by Kate St. Odge, which is the punctuation mark of this Monday afternoon clash. Cardinal Mooney falls to 3-2, but this Riverview side, who maybe started the year a little shaky, they have seemed to figure it out.
Yeah, they definitely have figured it out, and this is a huge win against Mooney. We talked about it throughout the broadcast that this was a must-win for them as they go in now. They have a couple of straight away games, and so this is a big win here against a team that always is a game that is always hard, a game that is always competitive no matter either team's record. So Riverview grabbing a huge win here at home against a tough opponent in Cardinal Mooney with a lot of their starters out.
That will wrap it up from us here in the booth at the Ramble.
enjoy your Thanksgiving as the Rams will enjoy this 1-0 win over Cardinal Mooney. I'm Addison Resco alongside Paul Whiteside and our cameraman Luke Good. We want to say thank you so much for watching this Arsenal Productions broadcast. The next girls' game that we will be live for is December 19th versus Sarasota. You will not want to miss it. An in-city rivalry. There will be some boys soccer up until then. 1-0 your final score. Rams over the Cougars.